morning, folks, and welcome back to the farm. It is an absolutely gorgeous day outside, aside from the wind, but it's rarely not windy here. In fact, if it's not windy here, it's probably 40 below, so I won't complain about the wind. But yeah, we're scheduled for 3 degrees. Yeah, we're on the right side of zero today, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna take the tractor out. You'll remember from yesterday's video, I got this baby all chained up because I'm dealing with some traction issues, dealing with some really granular sandy type snow, really difficult to get around the yard. And so I got my old set of tire chains all kind of ratchet strapped on there. Yesterday I blew a tarp strap, and I said jokingly, I said it's probably 50 feet from the shop. In fact, it was about 75 feet from the shop, but it was laying on top of the ice right there. So I mean, that's a win already, not having lost a tarp strap. When we get this thing fired up and see if we can't get some straw and some hay out to the bulls. And if not, well, I have to find a new drawing board. I guess first things first, let's see if the tractor even starts. Probably help if I turn the master power on. Now let's try. Well, we're off to the races here now. Hopefully, I don't slip a chain. And this is why, so last night I put these chains on, but I was really hesitant to get those bales out to the field because, I mean, it's after dark, it's winter time, a long way from the shop. If something goes wrong, I'm gonna be in a real pickle. So I just wanted to get the chain on, just pick up a bale, verify I could lift it and move it, and then set it back down, and then come back out today in the daylight, get this thing out there where it's got to be. And if I throw a chain here now in the next 15 minutes, whatever, it's going to be inconvenient, really inconvenient, but I won't be out there fighting with it in the dark. Less chance of hurting myself, less chance of wrecking anything. So overall, I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning out here this morning. You can see just a beautiful East Country sunrise. You know what's not beautiful this morning? For as positive as this morning has started, I just want to throw out there, not to be a negative Nelly or anything like that, but we got our utility bill yesterday. So we have both of them come on the same bill, right? Gas and power. $999.50 for the month of December. That is criminal. And I don't know what the plan. I don't know. I think there's lots of government relief programs, lots of government excess and wastage. And it would be really, to me, I did a previous video about carbon tax, and carbon tax on our gas bill, I think alone was $123. So I'm kind of the opinion that when it comes to residential gas or residential utilities, in a place like northern Alberta, when it's 35 below for four weeks in a row, there should be some type of relief or some type of exemption in those situations. Tell me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. So I got the straw bale out to the bulls, and it was a bit of a rodeo, a fiasco perhaps even. And before I get a hay bale on, I try and reenact this whole thing with another 1,000 pounds of weight on the front end. I think I'm going to take the bucket here and see if I can't, at least where the gate is anyways, move a little bit of that snow out of there. That's the problem. So it was like 80% humidity, but 35 below. So it was snowing when it was so terribly cold. And this snow made like I said, big granular flakes that will not bind and compact and compress together. So it's just like driving in big chunks of sand, and oh man, I'm just getting buried everywhere I go. It's darn near impossible. We got a big old hay bale on here. Beautiful morning, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, what an escapade to get out to the field here. So I did 2 or 3 runs out to the feeder. Hopefully I got a trail blazed. And then I cut all the strings off this bale, so that basically all I gotta do is take a straight drive in and hopefully drive right up to the feeder. drop this thing in and won't get stuck, but I might be getting stuck right where I'm at. Made it. Got my bail up. Let's get this thing dropped in there. Boom. Now let's hope I can back my way out of here. So, yeah, wish me luck. Let's see if this goes. If it's not, I'm right up against the feeder. Slowly crawling. The problem is I gotta crawl backwards and uphill, which is really great for traction and tractors. A little bit of room now. I'm trying to get myself wiggled around the feeder at least. Gotta get there. Nope. That's far around. I got out just to get away from the feeder, but we're blazing a new trail here now, so it's a matter of foot to the floor. Hold on.
Charlotte, watch where you're going. Cross your toes. All by yourself.
So as you've seen there, we're able to get out for the day and go to Nighthawk and do a little bit of skiing with the family. So that was a lot of fun. Actually, I was really impressed. That was like Charlotte, she was just like, she's a natural. So that was pretty awesome to see. Unlike myself, because, well, I still to this day can't ski. I've been a couple of times. It's been a disaster. And I never learned as a kid. And mainly because, I mean, we were dirt poor as like when I was a kid. Like, and it's funny because I always draw comparisons with some people and they say, oh yeah, we were poor, and yeah, but you know how to ski. So it's, you know, it's a good measure of success, or a good measure of, you know, how poor you were as a kid anyways, as to whether or not you can or can't ski. But we're back now, back in the shop. The big old tractor, this front wheel assist problem has been haunting me, and I've been ignoring the issue because of fear and common sense, let's be honest. Because if I just, you know, I'm scared to take a wrench to this thing because I literally have no idea what I'm doing. So then I'm sitting there today and I'm like, you know, it's not like it's a top of the line tractor. It's not like there's computers and all kinds of crazy stuff in there. You know, it should be pretty simple. But the thing that's been keeping me away from it is like, well, you know, anything that's engineered, I'm not an engineer, right? But then I thought about it and I thought, you know what? An engineer designed this thing to be assembled, and then, you know, because never does an engineer think about the mechanic, right? So they designed to be assembled and never come apart again. So we're in a position now where it's been assembled, it's broke, and I need to put it back together again. So theoretically, I mean, I'm halfway there already because it's already broke, and all I got to do is put it back together again. So I'm going to take off underneath the tractor. I got to crawl underneath here, which is just fantastic. I keep this black mat on here just because, you know, hydraulic oil and water and everything drips off the tractor. And wherever the tractor doesn't drip, the cat shits. I got to go under there. And I got to go under there and check out the PTO shaft that comes off the transmission off the tractor and comes up to the front diff. There's a guard on there, like a plate. I got to pull that off. And I'm hoping there's a coupling there. And if there's a coupling there, I'm hoping there's some type of key stock or something like that that's broken that I can just easily replace. You know, this is going to be one of those, why didn't I do this years ago kind of moments. But I'll get some wrenches and see what we can figure out here. So this is what we're looking at under here, coming right out of the transmission. There's this plate right here that leads up to the front. And I'm hoping in here, there's a coupling. I know there's one back here somewhere. I'm gonna pull off, looks like 9/16. I get that off. Let's see what we can see. Now, once I get that cover off and I expose the drive shaft, I don't expect to be able to see exactly where the problem is. I just expect to see what I'm looking at. From there, I'm gonna have to use the loader bucket and pick the front end of the tractor up. I'm gonna set the park brake, I'm gonna chalk the wheels, and I'm gonna lock out the tractor, because this thing will be, you know, not far, half an inch off the ground. And then from there, I'm actually gonna rotate the front tires, and I should be able to see where it turns and where it doesn't turn. That'll give me a good idea of where my problem's at. All right, so I'm under here. This is what I'm looking at. I've got this short 2 foot, like a PTO shaft or a drive shaft, with a coupling that attaches to a spline shaft coming out of the front diff. And to this end back to the transmission. And it's held on there. There's like, what do they call it? These spring pins that holds this coupling on in place. But if you look up at this spline shaft right here, there's an awful lot of wear on it. So I'm thinking that is 100% the problem. It's just sitting there spinning around and not doing much of anything. Well, here now I'm out from underneath the tractor, and I think I got this problem solved. So here's the coupling. You can see nice spline shaft, right? Flip it around to the side that actually couples with the front diff. Huh? Where'd all the splines go? Something's missing from this picture. So I'm going to see if I can find a. I don't see a part number anywhere on this one. Yeah, it might be SOL on the part number. But see if I can get one of these in town tomorrow. Actually, now that I think about it, tomorrow is the Lord's Day, so there's no chance of me getting any parts tomorrow. So it's gonna have to wait till Monday. But now that I know what it is, I mean, it only took me a couple minutes. It took me longer to undo the bolts, take the guard off, and have a look at what the problem actually was than it's gonna take me to replace this. So hopefully Monday I can find one of these in stock somewhere. And if not, well, hopefully it doesn't take too long to get here when I order one. Anyways, on that note, I will have to call that day a wrap, because that's as much as I can work on for one day. So why not go inside and drink a cup of tea? So I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.